Hi! Thanks for visiting the Janome YouTube channel. I'm Janome maker Casey Renee Cosplay, and today we are gonna make a witchy Renaissance Festival costume. Okay, so the basic silhouette that I'm gonna be going for is this green dress here and a pair of stays. So for this green dress, I'm actually going to use this really fun red Swiss dot. This is a fabric that Toby got me for Christmas a couple of years ago so that I could make something out of. There's 5 yards here. I think that'll be plenty for this. And I really kind of want to make it in this like long sleeve form because I don't have a lot of like cute things that I feel like I can wear in the winter, I guess, or like the fall, spring, winter. So we're gonna go long sleeves for this. The next garment that I'm going to be making is actually the red threaded 1780s stays. I loved this pattern so much. These are my favorite stays I've ever made. And I thought that I could do like a less boned version of them for like more comfort for the purpose of the Renaissance Festival. But also I'm going to modify the tabs. We're not going to do tabs. We're just going to have every like seam piece be its own kind of tab instead of like individual tabs because ain't nobody got time for that, and we're not trying to be like super historically accurate. We're just trying to be cute and witchy. Now that I'm going to make out of this black velvet. This is left over from a couple of projects, but I have just enough left over and I finally can use this up. Well, I probably will have some left over still, but I can finally use some of it on these stays, and I'm pretty excited for that. I plan to just use, I have black cotil, so I can use that if I want, or I can just use cotton because this is a pretty decent weight fabric. And then I'm going to use black satin ribbon to do the edging, which I also have in my in my corset stash. And I will probably just use my black corset laces for this. I like use my laces between different projects. So then the last kind of like cool thing that I really want to make is I really want to make a belt that will have like potions and like spell component pouches on it that I can add a little bit of like versatility and interest to the costume. And my friend Siberia the Queen very graciously was like, oh, you could use this for belts. And I was like, oh my God, you're not wrong, I can. So I think I'm gonna use this for my belt and little things like that so that I have a little bit more texture and detail in the project, but like also I won't use all of this, so I could use it for another project at some point if I wanted to as well. Also, Alex got this for me in the LA Fashion District. So this is kind of what we're working with. And this is all stuff I already had in my stash. So that kind of feels really good. And I did purchase this pattern online because why not? And then I already had this pattern, but here we are. I'm really excited for this. It's probably going to be a fairly easy costume build. So I guess let's get started with the chemise and then we'll do the stays. And then finally at the end, we will do all of the like, you know, belts and things like that. Okay, so the pattern doesn't have you finish any of your seams. They just have you like sew everything together without like finishings. So I just went through and serged the sides and the sleeve pieces, and same with like this side and sleeve piece that are going to get attached to make the mane of the dress. I also serged the pieces for the ruffle. Oh, that's right here. Sorry, that was the other sleeve. So pieces for the ruffle. And the top gets rolled down and elastic gets filled into it, and then the bottom gets like a nice clean hem. So I didn't serge those, but just a note that this pattern doesn't suggest those things, so I did them. And now we are going to build this sleeve, and we are going to do this really different from the instructions as well. I do have bias tape that I'll be using, and I'm basically going to make this flat and then sew it up, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that now.
Yeah, for real.